Hello everyone, and welcome to today's episode of Lifelong Learning. I am your host, Harshvardhan Tripathi, and today we have our special guest who will share insight into their journey from graduation to a successful career. Joining us is Mr. Tanuj Mishra. Mr. Tanuj is a chartered engineer with a rich background in the construction industry. Starting with Ultratech Cement, he has held key roles in Fosrock, MBCC, and Hilti. Now, he consults on structural analysis, retrofitting, and rehabilitation of structures like bridges and high rises with a significant reach in African markets. Beyond his technical expertise, Tanuj sir is skilled in negotiation, business development, and strategic marketing, adeptly transitioning from MNC roles to driving his own business growth. We welcome you, sir.
Thank you, Ashwell.
Okay, so starting with today's podcast questions, let's first talk about the professional background and role. So, starting with very first question, so can you please tell us about your current role in the construction industry?
Thank you for inviting me, and definitely I would like to introduce that my current role in construction industry. I am more into the construction solution part, not on the core construction, but in the construction solution part. To segment it into the more layman language, I am the solution providers for all the defects and damages or integrity issues are in the construction the structures of the construction. So we do consult with that. So I have a pretty good experience in doing that with retrofitting, repairs, rehabilitation, or similar fields. So I also hold structural engineering background. So I'm feel more comfortable, and that is my right placement in the industry.
That's great, sir. You are really doing great. So now moving towards some industry specific insights and lifelong learning in your career, I want to ask a question that is, how would you define lifelong learning? That is our today's topic.
Lifelong learning for me is I'll divide it into three parts. All my technical and personal will incorporate into those three parts. First is being patient, always on a learning mode, and third one is being highly impractical. So these are the three points which I divide as a lifelong learning till now. And being highly impractical means just follow the breaking trends, dream high, put yourself in a fictional world and start dreaming about it that you have done it. So it took time for me to practice that also, but that's what the biggest learning for me.
Okay, so can I ask, how has the concept of lifelong learning played a role in your career advancement to your current position?
Sure. Lifelong learning that divided into the, I already told I divided it into three parts, and it is a continuous thing. Maybe possible that till now I have figured out these things, and day by day it keep on changing. So I figured out these things and try to stick on these, and it may change. And Let me explain it with a short example that after completing my graduation at that time क्या होता था कि all our because I was from a civil engineering background, so all our colleagues, all our classmates, all our friends, so हमारा सबका इसमें 80% लोगों का mindset था कि they will be doing either uh, higher studies or government job preparation, because for with civil engineering you get a huge exposure to the government job experience also, or they will be searching for a job, but they are always in a dilemma that what is the next step. So I was also with the same crowd. So being there from that 80% crowd, I was also preparing for the gate, cleared gate in the first round. And but I opted for going to the Ultratech Cement Limited, where I got placed from the college only. And where I there after start getting job there, my job was not the common job like everybody do, that you have a table, a chair, a client list of work you need to do, or you have a defined KPS. But my job was not like that. My job was to take a sample of some cementitious products which has Ultratech was recently launched. That products was recently launched in the industry. जो कंस्ट्रक्शन सॉल्यूशंस के लिए काम कर रहे थे, मैं वो लोग और उसमें नया कुछ लॉन्च करा था फॉर बेटर कंस्ट्रक्शन क्वालिटीज. So my job was to take that and go to the consultant sites, project developer, distributors, and do the sampling, explain the technicalities, learn the technicalities, and convince them for this. So what happens was I got very frustrated there. I was earning very less. Uh, there are two types of demotivations which any every student face after even immediately after joining any professional world. First is the demotivation of or the demotivation of the earning which he is doing. Second one is the kind of the job responsibilities, because I was not having I was placed at Rajkot, uh, Rajkot, the Gujarat interior part, and very uh, tough climate was there for me. But that 1 year, I spent there 1 year, learned all the technicalities of the products and the segment. But I learned very nice thing there is how to develop a business, how to drive a segment which is new to the market. So there I learned how to keep your learning mode always on, so that any new technicalities you can relate it with your basic concepts, and you can take, because it's you have a driving position, so you are introducing something to the new to the market. So there I developed patience. There I developed this learning mode, my putting my learning mode always on. So this helps me in getting the new opportunities with the industries which are who are world leaders in this kind of solutions. Like I have worked with Fosrock, it is a world leader company for construction solutions. So I spent there pretty good time, learned a lot of new techniques. I was not at all aware during the education also that civil engineering is also into these parts. So this way I sum up your question, that how I am how these skills and how these life learning qualities are contributing towards my career until now. So till now the same advancement is there. The habit of learning, keeping the learning mode on, I keep on learning the new things. I have the huge acceptability of the towards the new trends coming in the industry. I have the huge acceptability towards the techniques and new innovations. So that's how it is benefiting till me now, and I hope
So
that in
that's
future also I continue that.
that's really impressive, like how this learning made and helped you in your career advancement. Okay, sir. So, out of the curiosity, I have a question कि what made you feel कि आपको अपने क्लासेस के बाद, अपने स्कूलिंग के बाद सिविल इंजीनियरिंग एज अ ब्रांच चूज करना चाहिए, एंड जब आपने उसको चूज किया, जब आप अपने फर्स्ट ईयर में गए, तो क्या आपको कभी डीमोटिवेशन हुआ जस्ट बिकॉज कि पीपल कैसे जज करते हैं उस ब्रांच को?
नहीं यार, not at all. Till now I am very proud civil engineer. And अभी जब the time when up to the time when I was introduced, I was associated with the companies, I used to introduce myself as a proud civil engineer only. So it was very clear in my mind, because my family background is also related to the same thing. My father was also civil engineer. So
Okay.
basically mentally I was prepared that I am going to take this branch. But after joining the college, I got exposure to the right technology, right techniques, studies, the concepts behind the subjects. And I really love the subject. I really love it. I had a deep love towards the subject. Till date I spend at least 1 hour daily for studying. So I am very much into the subject. And after getting into the college, there are a lot of people who were demotivated. There were a lot of people who were highly motivated towards the branch. So thanks to the college, they gave us the very good opportunity, the good laboratories, the good spark alive for this branch, who kept our exposure towards the branch high. Yeah, there may be demotivations for the people regarding placements and all, but it is hardly matters. If with this platform I would like to communicate today, if any of the civil engineering student listening to it, I will just like to communicate it. It doesn't matter whether whatever the project, whatever the package you will get, whatever the placement you will get or not, right from, or it is relevant to all the branches also. It is not at all relevant, because once you are confident with your subject, your concepts are through. After 5 years, after 2 years, after the end, the cycle, when the cycle will come, you will be finding yourself as a much higher position than the people who are not having the concepts clear of the subjects. So subjects are more important.
Yes.
और मुझे बहुत अच्छे subjects क्लैरिटी मिली, तो मुझे सिविल इंजीनियरिंग लेने में कोई डिमोटिवेशन नहीं आया till date I don't find any limitation in that.
That's interesting. So, moving towards some industry specific insights, I would like to ask how important is staying updated with industry trends and standards in your field, and how do you manage to keep up these things changes?
This is very nice question, and I like this question very much because it is not at all important. It is even not at all. It is not only important to get in touch with the industry trends, but it is responsibility of the generation in which we are, our generation, to get in touch, to get an updated with the trends. Because uh, see, as I told you that about my background, I was the fortunate one to get the opportunity where in very start of my career till date to work in an industry which is working for the new segments, for the new trends, for doing the new things which is not a common trend in the industry. So because I am professionally born and brought up in that industry, so I feel highly important of that, staying updated with the trends. But it is moral responsibility of people like you and me or anybody in this generation who is making their career, starting their career, or practicing their career in this zone where the industries are facing a huge change. Industries are making huge advancement in all the aspects. So basically my working was for the concept driving. One first thing is when you get started with the career where you get a start of your career with the segments who are already established, so you need to maintain that pace. But if you are working for something which is a new trend, so you have to drive that concept. You be the driver of that concept. So we get trained. It took a lot of self study, lot of hard work. We need to embed our knowledge in myself. And your second question was, since how I feel connected with this till now. So since being the drivers of the new techniques and products, so you are addressing a gap, you are developing a new trend. So it's not only important for us to get updated with the new trends and technologies which are coming, but with the new science, we are also responsible to take to place that in the right place on the market to make the right practice for the new trends.
Okay, so if our some of our viewers are from construction industry, are aspiring for to have construction industry, so I just want to ask a question: what tools or resources do you use for your professional development?
See, there are a number of tools, depending, because civil engineering is a vast field, a very big field, where you talk about from a building to the dam to jetties, bridge. Every segment is a different
Yes.
science. Everything is a different one. So every segment comes with a different tools. If you ask me about the different operating tools, there are n number of software tools. If you are into the load analysis, you need to be pro with the Stat Pro, Tekla, and softwares like that. But if you ask me about the new trends, the people who are working with the BIM is building information modeling. This is a new trend. The future is BIM only. All the modeling will be done on the BIM. So those who are uh, civil engineering students, who, if anybody is listening to me, so BIM is the new project. My one of my junior very doing very good job, Tanmay Kushwa, doing very good, fantastic work in BIM. He started his career like me with the new technology. So he is doing fantastic job. A lot of project management tools are there. You can optimize Primavera, MSP, which is a compulsion need of the project management. So these are the tools you can utilize.
Okay, so I guess this answer will help a lot of students who are aspiring to have this industry. Now, coming towards the impact of lifelong learning on business development, I want to ask that how does lifelong learning influence your approach to business development and client relations?
See, as I told you that keeping the learning mode always on and being patient. These
Yes.
are the two highly lifelong learning which I appreciate, which I try to keep with me. And this gave me these learnings gave me good knowledge, gave me more confidence, and it taught me it taught me the ability to understand the clients much. What is business development? Business development is all about clients and customers. Business is all about customers and clients. If you have a product,
Yes.
services, or idea, and you are pushing it directly to the client or customer, and you are going to get failed with that. first thing is you need to understand the, are you addressing the need of the customer, are you addressing the requirement of the customer, and is the customer is able to understand your specific idea, service or product or anything whatever you're pushing. So this is the ability which I have from my lifelong learning in business development. I appreciate is the business development is all about client and people. For understanding them, my lifelong learning taught me how to understand them, how to make address the needs, and being patient also taught me that how to deal with the critical clients, because n number of people, n number of personality, n number of experience they come up with. So it definitely my lifelong learnings for not only these learnings which I have mentioned, but my lifelong learning of technicality also, with all our technical skills, lot of technical parameters which I have learned, that helped me a lot, and that still help me every. And even learning when it's about learning of for business development, every client is also your subject, as the client is also your new learning. Business development, every client come up with a new chapter for you. So in business development, I really appreciate, this is how I link with my all learnings to the business development aspects.
So, as you told about your learnings, can you share a project where your learning made a significant impact?
Sure, there are a lot. Means my all the projects I dealt with are the result of that. But the major one which I like to mention here is there is a government project called a DRIP for dam rehabilitation and implementation projects. They are running entire India. Some projects are World Bank funded projects. So government chose lot of dams जिसमें जो पुराने हो चुके हैं, जिसमें रिहेबिलिटेशन का नीड है, और उन डैम्स के लिए देर हैव ह्यूज बजट टू गेट कंप्लीट रेट्रोफिटिंग। तो उसमें डैम के अंदर लोग सर पे रिमोट सेंसिंग पहन के नीचे जाके पूरा फोटोग्राफिक पिक्चर लेते हैं, जहाँ पर कितना माइन्यूट क्रैक्स है, कहाँ पर क्या है वो। सो आई गॉट अ एक्सपोजर टू वर्क विद दोज प्रोजेक्ट्स when I was in Ahmedabad. I spent 6 years in Ahmedabad, so I was working with Gujarat government on these projects. So वहाँ पर हमने देखा कि इस टाइप इस ये जो प्रोजेक्ट पर्टिकुलरली क्यों बता रहा हूँ कि ये स्किल्स मुझे कैसे काम आई। We were having a technique to rehabilitate that. We were having certain products, certain techniques, and certain solutions how to do this kind of work. So we were having the experience also because I was associated with the MNC. They are working globally for such kind of projects. So we got that. So when I initiated my discussion with the government body or the stakeholders like consultants, engineers, or the bodies whichever who were there, so I got a first response that it will take next 2 to 3 years to come this idea onto the platform. So first thing, I need to wait and put continuous efforts till 2 years so that this project will be live for me, so that we can work on that. Second thing is, f- during these 2 years we are going to get exposed to all the activities going to be done for preparing this methodology how to do this. So my the again the lifelong learning is the art, or lifelong learning, the two abilities that I have to be patient for that. I learned a lot from the officers. I learned a lot from the different key stakeholders about the project in and out of that. And the result was we got the right solution into the tender. We got the right way of approaching such projects. That document became the standard document for the other projects also. So this was the happiness moment for me, that we have worked on such a project, and that became the signature. That became the signature for the next upcoming similar projects. So drip project, dam projects were the definitely one which I would like to explain here. And with this 2 years hard work, patience, and continuous learning on this project, we not only developed a business for ourselves, but n number of our competitors also developed. So basically we have generated this entire segment for the industry. So this was the project which I was like to mention here.
That's really great, sir. Okay, sir. So, as we know, there is no age of learning, and balancing learning with professional responsibilities is too difficult. So, I just want to ask, how do you balance your managerial duties with continuing education?
See, managing things is, you are, as you said very right, that it is very difficult to manage things because we open so many chapters parallelly. in our life, during routine activities, we open so many chapters regular simultaneously, but finishing those one by one is very difficult, and managing those is difficult. So what I am doing is, from last 2 years I am practicing it heavily, because that is time blocking techniques. You on YouTube you will get a lot of videos for time blocking techniques. So I block my times for all the things. Like I have to, because of my work I have to travel a lot. I have long driving hours also, long flight hours also. So how I do is, I block my times for this skill development, reading books, my managing my task and scheduling, or any other my work related things. So I am prioritizing this life learning things, and getting education continuously, in a way that I am blocking a time particularly dedicated for that, so that without hampering my routine work, I will be able to do that. I like reading a lot of books, which impacts me, which gave me this lifelong learning. So if it is not possible, because continuously with this my current profile and work, so I do is, I'll listen a lot of audiobooks during travel. I finish my calling work during the travel. I finish my this learning videos, taking classes on the during the travel only. So, and I also keep on, because you, and the last question you asked about continues with the trends also. So I also take courses from the IITs, because on the new trends and technologies which are coming up with the retrofitting and all. So I do a lot of certification from the different institutes. So during these hours only, by time blocking, I'm able to do that. I'm managing that in during that hours.
ओके सो आज मतलब अभी जो ट्रेंड चल रहा है, अभी जो सोशल ट्रेंड चल रहा है, जब भी कोई प्रोफेशनल अपनी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज़ में एक बार बाउंड हो जाता है, अपने काम में लग जाता है, सो जो लर्निंग वाला फैक्टर है वो खत्म हो जाता है और हम वही चीज़ रिपीट कर रहे होते हैं डे बाय डे द सेम थिंग. सो व्हाट एडवाइस डू यू हैव फॉर दोज प्रोफेशनल्स अबाउट लाइफ लॉन्ग लर्निंग?
See, if you want to grow, I don't say the word grow, because grow is like saying something from a grown up level. But if you want to maintain a healthy balance between the things, so you need to take your habits together with you. So, taking the habits
Yes.
together with you, there is one saying I have learned, heard in a book, or read somewhere, that motivation is temporary, but discipline is permanent. So you,
Yes.
if you get motivated, you will, it will be temporary, might be a temporary phase for you. But getting disciplined, to get connected, to get educated complete regularly, to get learned regularly, this habit will never stop you, and you cannot lose this habit. Like this podcast we are doing, people, but I really appreciate the podcast thing. A lot of I listen a lot of podcast, and from the podcast I learned, listen a lot of experience of the people, those who are doing good, who are doing something somewhere in the field. So a lot of experiences holding we are getting from this. So this is how, if you have the habit of learning something, you can learn it from anywhere. So this is only the advice, that just keep your learning mode on, so that wherever if it is possible, whenever, however it is possible, you get the way to learn it.
For motivation purpose, everyone needs a source. So what motivates you to keep learning and what drives your professional growth?
Think the I told you that motivation is, because if it is temporary, and I truly believe the statement that motivation is very temporary, because I don't find anything motivating. Because if I do find something motivating, after 2 hours I need another one, second dose of it. So like I watch a lot of movies. Huh? I for motivating, this is the right answer to that. I watch a lot of movies. I am movie freak person. Every Friday, I think my wife and I used to go to the movies, and we watch all the movies: Tamil, Telugu, Punjabi, every movie we watch. So I have blocked a particular time that after 10:30 we need to go for the theater, because in that time I will not be having any phone calls or anything. Or on Friday, because Saturday I keep very less work for me, so it will, in morning it will give me the right. So the motivation is, suppose I watch 83, I got motivated, and second day I need again another movie. So motivation is very temporary for me. I don't keep myself motivated, but I try to stick to my discipline, that these time blocking techniques, these scheduling my next day before, every night before sleeping, scheduling my day, this keeps me highly motivated. Because when I list down my tasks to do tomorrow, task to do in this week or this month, this listing in front of me daily is keeps me highly motivated to work what are the works I need to complete in the next upcoming days.
That's interesting answer. Coming towards reflection and future goals, sir, what is one key lesson that from your continuous education that you wish you would have known it earlier?
Okay, so. mm if I would have known it earlier, there is one thing that I have lost a lot of opportunities because of being impatient, because of being
Okay.
rude, because of being very hurry. Because there is hunger, everybody have a hunger towards finding something, and uh, this hunger will disturb your patience level. Always your hunger will disturb your patience level. So being patient was the quality which I really think that if I had it previously I would have done something more better. Or there is a video somebody in my college, some teacher shown us on class that Navjot Singh Sidhu ka video tha. It was on courage. If you type it on Google, courage by Navjot Singh
Okay.
Sidhu, you will find it. तो वो उसमें एक लाइन थी कि मेरा द करेज जो है, मतलब जो मेरा आत्मविश्वास है, वो मतलब जो करेज है, मेरा साहस है, वो मेरे आत्मविश्वास को कुरेदता नहीं है। मतलब वो घमंड नहीं है, वो मुझे कॉशियस रखता है।
Hmm.
इट कीप्स मी अलाइव, इट कीप्स मी कॉशियस कि मैं कोई गलती तो नहीं कर रहा हूँ। तो दिस इज द एबिलिटी व्हिच आई वाज नॉट एट ऑल हैविंग प्रीवियसली। आई वाज हाईली impatient, very spontaneous giving responses, very spontaneous giving. I developed in the last 6 years. I worked it. I really worked on it, and this is the one quality which I think that if I had it previously, I would not have lost any opportunity or any good business deals.
So this was a relatable answer because me being a graduate student और मेरे जैसे और भी कितने students हैं जिनमें जो patience factor है वो बहुत कम होता है, and that is the point where we lost a lot of opportunities.
Correct.
So, moving towards the last question of today's podcast, I just want to ask, do you have any final thoughts or messages you would like to share with our listeners about the importance of lifelong learning, which is our today's topic?
Okay. So my message is that life which we are living is not a marathon. It is not going to end. Marathon is going to end. Life which we are living is a relay race. So you need to hand over your baton to someone. So the
Yes,
more goodness, kindness, knowledge, abilities, habits, capacities, more you pour into that baton, your successor will get more ease into being in the being the torch of the new light. So the more the more quality, the more effective your baton is, the new world will find the new successor. Someone will come at your place, someone will admire you, someone will follow you, they will get more good quality. Where you have stopped your journey, they will start their journey from that point. So that's only the message, that to pour that baton with more good qualities and more new learnings.
that's really inspiring, sir. So, here we come with our end of today's podcast session. And I would like to thank our speaker, Mr. Tanuj sir, for taking his important time and share his insights with us. I hope our viewers have learned a lot of from you, sir. So thank you so much for being here and teaching us a lot of things. And I also want to thank all the viewers who are watching this right now. Also, I would like to thank our alumni cell as well as all the organizing team, all the organizing members involved in this podcast session. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you all. Thank you for remembering me and calling me here on the platform. Thank you all.